Tell us about your company. What do you do, and in which categories do you operate?
Hi. Sure, we focus, we're really the first company you want to call when you have had a ransomware attack. What we do is we restore your Active Directory so your users are authenticating in less than 4 hours so you can focus on getting your business applications up and running.
What's new and exciting about how you approach cybersecurity challenges?
So this is a challenge that really came into the forefront in the last 5 years. Active Directory has been around for a long time, so people are very good at managing it. And we've been doing emergency restores in Active Directory for 22 years. However, it was when ransomware came along, all of a sudden it changed the game. Now we have a bad actor that's actively trying to keep you out of the network, to keep you from getting this system restored. You can't do anything else until you've restored this system. So we looked at this problem, we took our history, and we've been recommended by Gartner in 18 different articles for this work that we do, and we applied it to the new problem. And so we came up with a system where we can guarantee companies that they will be authenticating within 4 hours following a ransomware attack so they can get their business systems up and running.
That's a guarantee. What happens if you don't make it?
That is a guarantee, and we back that up on our SLAs. Companies need that because the average is 21 days to restore Active Directory for companies that are not prepared. So there's products you can buy that'll tell you can do it yourself in 1 hour. We know these products. We can do it in 1 hour in a lab, everything prepared, and do a demonstration for you. We can do it faster than that. This is not going to work for the enterprise spread around the world, where they've got people that have to focus on many different jobs, and they can't be there with a discipline. Every backup, test, restore, backup, test, restore. Somebody changed something in the environment, all of a sudden restore doesn't work. If you're not doing this all the time, you're not authenticating, and it's going to take you possibly weeks to be back up and running, minimum days. We guarantee you'll be back logging in 4 hours. We have a lot of real world experience, and we've been tested on this, and it's come through. So it's a different approach. Really, our only competitor is internal IT that thinks they can do it themselves, which is fine. It is possible. Do you have the time and do you have the luxury, or would you rather say, wait a second, we shouldn't be doing this. We should leave this to the experts, and rather we're going to focus on all the business applications because that's what really counts, because business has to be up and running as fast as possible.
How is your approach different from those of your competitors?
Well, really it's the product companies that you go out and buy a product that'll help you to do this. But the real question is, should you be doing that? And for a lot of companies, they look and say, no, this shouldn't be it. Some companies in finance and different levels, kinds of companies that are truly digital, and they know they can't afford it. We're sometimes the second or third line of defense in the case of this. They know how important it really is. And we need more companies to rise to that level of maturity and say, no, we can't mess around with this. We must be ready. And too many companies think they had a solution until the problem arrived.
What else should we know about your company?
So we launched our company in 2001, and we went straight into Active Directory. So we became a go-to partner for Microsoft on this new product out there. At that time, when Active Directory went down, in fact, one of the very first times when we launched our Active Directory Managed Services, it was because there was a company that had 10,000 workers in one region, and they sent them all home for a shift. Why? Not because SAP wasn't working, not because the controls for the manufacturing weren't working, because nobody could log in. A very simple problem. At that time, it was a simple solution. We restored the domain controller inside of their region. We got them authenticating. At that time, we had to work with Microsoft to do it, and we looked and said, wow, we can actually manage this. We can actually restore this. We know this stuff. So we launched an Active Directory Managed Service, and at that time, we offered a 1 hour guarantee. Why? At that time, it was usually a corrupted database. It was a server, a hardware problem, or perhaps a misplaced finger by some administrator. There was no bad actor that is actually planning to keep you out and to create problems or ambush you when you try and restore it. So we hear customers all the time that have restored their Active Directory using their snapshots of domain controllers. They restore it, bang, it's locked down again. They restore, bang, they're locked down again. The bad actor has put the malicious software into those snapshots, and they're just restoring the malicious software. So we've worked together with third-party companies and additional intellectual property, and as you said, 22 years of experience in restoring it, applied to this new problem, came up with both the procedures, those processes, the KPIs, the SLAs, and more important, and the intellectual property. So we can actually get it back up and running and give a guarantee, such as this. Why? So that you can get focused on restoring your business applications, because that's what really counts. We are the Active Directory specialists. So we've been doing this. So if you're doing acquisition, the first thing you have to do once you connect your networks is you've got to connect your Active Directories. So we do Active Directory migrations, consolidations, security projects on top of it. We manage it 24/7 as a third level service. Everything touches on it, even coming into identity management, connecting it to other systems. You're dealing with the primary identity for many companies is sitting in Active Directory. So we're taking care of that for you. We can come in and do an assessment. We can do a ransomware readiness assessment for you and look and say, okay, are you ready on the part that we manage for that attack? If you are, perfect. If you're not, then you need to consider something like this.
Where can I go if I want to know more about what you're doing?
Come to our site, itergy.com,
Okay.
itergy.com. See it on the sign. That's probably the best way.